Today I'm going to be answering the question that's on everyone's mind. Is it possible to beat PoE 2 with only using the basic attack? So, here's the rules for the run. Cannot use any skills, spells, or attacks other than the basic attack that comes with my weapon. I can use support gems for my basic attack, but that's it. No spirit skills either. 2. I must be on solo self-found, or SSF for short. So for those of you who don't know, SSF means I start a fresh account, cannot trade with other players, and I can't have help from other players. If I'm doing the challenge, it's completely up to me to see it through. 3. Beating PoE 2 can mean a couple of things. It could mean completing the campaign, getting to the pinnacle in endgame, or hit level 100 and maxing your character. In this instance, I'm going to say completion is either getting to a citadel in endgame, or clearing a T15 map in endgame. So, the rules are simple, but unforgiving and challenging. I'd wager only 10% of PoE 2 players have ever used the basic attack, and that would only be at the very start, let alone using it for the rest of the run. The main challenge for this run is the fact that I have a very poor clear and AoE, no defensive spells at all. This will lead me to getting overrun. A lot. With all that said, let's see how we get on in raid class. I start my journey into raid class as a mercenary with the name of basic only. It's supposed to be a fusion of basic only and basically, I don't know, either way. And so he starts the journey into raid class using only the basic attack.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Very quickly I encountered a problem. Hitting the zombie that attacks this man is technically an attack, so I tried restarting from checkpoint and seeing what would happen if I get to skip the cutscene. Very nice. I wasn't sure if that was going to work, it just would be already undone. Right, this is what I got. Oh, clearly how difficult the challenge was going to be has started to dawn on me. I remembered it being different. Yeah, I kind of remembered it being in a bit more of a spread. Oh my god. This is going to be awful. This was subtle foreshadowing to the fact that it was indeed going to be awful. First bit of currency. I'm rich. Clearly I decided to focus on the little things and stay positive as I continue to clear my way through to Clearfell. Very, very slowly. Ah. Well, I can sell that.
Oh, it's been many years since I saw one of these little beauties.
Yeah, I can sell that at least. Because I think I'm going to be quite hungry for currency. Okay. I wanted to go for the whole run without equipping any skills, even if I didn't use them, just because it seemed to fit better. Like, it affected the purity of the run for me. Okay, much easier. Okay. Right, that's 2 roadblocks hit. 2 robots gone through, alrighty, we are progressing at an alarming rate. Obviously, the alarming rate was not in a good sense. Here we get introduced to the first boss of the whole game, and to be honest, I wasn't worried at all, but I was concerned about how long it would take. First boss done. No hits as well, I believe. Whoa, look at this, I'm rich. Oh, that's my first actual bit of loot. Look at that. Extra strength, look at all the mana that I'm not going to need. Remember for later that basic attack doesn't use any mana. This is a very important point for later on in the run, as I get my first crest reward. Fantastic. I introduced myself to the town and moved on to the next area, and I quickly found the weakness of my build. This is going to be so tedious. I need to get some AoE soon, ASAP, with my support gem. I'm struggling to take down dogs. Oh my god. Stumbled onto the first optional boss of the game that I'd fight, and I cleared it with relative ease. I was expecting to have a bit more of a challenge at this time, but I played before already, so I'm assuming that's in my favour. And I pick up the very important +10 cold resist that she gives to you as a reward. I have 0 fond memories of this upcoming boss, not because they're difficult, but because they're annoying, because they spawned ads. This is going to take a while. I need AoE fast. Oh, struggling against the Devourer. How has it come to this? Exalted Orb already? Sick! That's gotta be super rare, surely. I teleport back to town and grab a well-needed quest reward. And a crossbow. Get in! That is huge. Yeah, scatter shot's better. I think. I didn't realise at the time, but there's something very special about this gem. Even though I misunderstood it, it would work out well for me. I thought it fired them at the same time in a bit of a cone. Well, that, you know, it still works. It's absolutely fine. Still a big upgrade. I then have my first boss fight with the new support gem. Oh, look at the damage! I take her down and get a bit too excited. Whoa. An exalted gem and a new support gem this early on is a huge boost for this character. That's mental, what? But, most importantly, I pick up Pierce as my second support for my basic attack, so I can attack more monsters at once, which has been a huge problem for me so far, and will continue to be a huge problem for me quite a bit into the future as well. If you're interested in seeing how far I can take this character, press the subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. And also, if you enjoyed the content, please leave a like, it really helps out. With the small but huge upgrades to this character, I move on to the Red Veil and encounter another problem. This is so slow. This is gonna take ages. I was correct. Hey, level 6! Oh, and a quick note, I do accept constructive criticism. Oh, what an upgrade! I grab a second rune of power to free the hooded man. On my way to get the third rune of power, I encounter another boss, King of Rust. I thought he would be the first real challenge of this game because he spawns ads and can one-shot you pretty easily. So I seem to be doing alright this time, but... Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure I struggled him the first time as well. Oh, first rare! I give the runes of power to Renly and he gives me some spikes to help free the hooded man from the tree. I use said spikes in a tree to free him. Una asks us to get a ring from any old count. Renly asks for his tools back from the village. What a tune. Stumbling through the grim tangle, I find the rotten druid and fight him. Oh! Jesus! Oh my god. Oh, okay, that boulder has killed me before in the past. He took down about half of my life loss, but managed to take him down and get his loot as a reward. Okay, whoa! Okay, they've definitely changed the drop rates, but either way, that is a fantastic upgrade for me. The amulet was actually nothing special, just a few extra stats, nothing crazy. The best thing from it actually was the support gem, which I used to get in Venom, so I could poison bosses as single target. Anyway, we meet Lackland the Lost and he tells us that his family's been nicked by Praetor Draven and his consort just behind the gate, so he asks us to get some keys from him and see if we can't all get on. Oh dear. Excitement in our voice and wind in our sails, we find the tomb of the consort, we go down there to tell her what's what. Wait, what? For the fight against the consort, I swapped in Venom for my Pierce, as I don't remember them having any minions that they spawned in, so I thought it'd give me a little bit of extra single target DPS. I'm also hoping that there are no summons for this one. If there are, I've pretty much f***ed it, but hey. Yeah, I remember her not having any. Venom wasn't a huge damage boost, but it was a damage boost, which is nice. In a few seconds, I find something that completely changes my early game. See if you can spot it before I point it out. Why am I moving so fast? Yeah, why am I moving so fast while shooting? I hinted at it earlier, I'll wait till into the fight to see if you can figure it out. What the f***? I shouldn't be moving this fast. This is sick! What the f***? I'm just tapping right click and just let me move it. If I hold it down, it makes me move slower. So yeah, if I tap to right click instead of holding it down, I can move and shoot at the same speed. I assume it's a bug with me letting go of right click before the animation is finished, but I finally had a defensive ability. This gave me a huge leg up, one that I desperately needed. It didn't do anything for damage, but it did mean I had a bit more survivability, which I was desperately lacking. Also, with this stunning discovery, I defeat Asinia with relative ease, grab her loot, the memorial key piece, and I head on to fight Draven. And also, I get my first unique. Absolutely useless, but I got one. Whoa. That is an early legendary. Obviously completely useless, but that is early. I teleported back to base, sorted all my loot, and continued on the hunt to find Draven, when I found the best loot that I'll get in the rest of the game. Oh, sick! Look at my rings! This one does nothing, this one does nothing, Amulet does a little bit. Oh my god, I'm set. With my insane jewellery collection, I was ready to become the Path of Exile, and I found Draven's mausoleum, however it's pronounced. If that was my first death, I'd have been so upset. It was my first yellow random encounter monster. Oh! What? Are you kidding? That was annoying. Got a couple of cool item upgrades. The crossbow is for when I level up. And then I found Draven in the one place that I didn't look for. It's not the biggest still, but annoys me so much every time. So are you kidding me? Is he... Why is he down there? Nah, they should put... Whatever. It clearly didn't bother me at all. Anyway, I finally found Draven and began the fight.
Now, your soul will join my steeple of death. Your soul is mine. Rend your soul.
Got mushrooms on his head. Those mushrooms?
Your cut to me, Asinia.
I am waiting.
My newfound movement tech allowed me to dance away the AoE attacks whilst I chipped away at his health slowly but slowly. After what felt like 10-20 minutes, I finally managed to whittle his health down enough to get the victory. I take his memorial key piece, and I also get my first belt from him.
Bloody Eternals.
You'll be pleased to know I completely forgot to put the belt on, speak to Lachlan, and get to reunite him with his family.
What is this? Graves? Are you Isabel? Torko? Callum? The family of Count Lachlan of Ogham? My family? This doesn't make any sense. They're dead. Those bastard Eternals. I must make them pay. I must make them suffer.
So it turns out Lachlan's spotting a sleeper build and turns out he's super jacked and ripped. And he's pretty mad at the Eternals and everyone in his vicinity, so he turns on us and we've got to put him down. Alright, I've got no hit the rest of this. Okay, fantastic start. Oop, oop. So I'm not quite sure why Lachlan tries to attack us, but...
Shite like this is why I never wanted a family.
Yeah, mate.
Later. A swindler.
Hell yeah.
I don't know how to ask this of you, but it's in my...
So Una asked us to find a loot so she can play some tunes, and the Hooded One asked us to kill the Count to save the world. The loot's definitely my priority.
So we are to heal this land.
There's the belt that I had earlier, finally remembered to equip it. Oh, what have we got here? What these are rituals where you kill a bunch of monsters and get points you can use to buy items with. Don't get used to them, you won't be seeing these again for a long time.
think.
And here we come against the Crowbell. I think it's a really good character design, and he's got a few phases and gives us permanent buffs to our character, so it's a very important kill for us. Can phase, he blocks us in a smaller arena and gets a little bit bigger.
Now,
I wasn't too worried about the fight, because as long as you dodge him, you're pretty much alright the whole time. Here's where you find out why he's called the Crowbell. This part here can be a little bit more difficult, as with his bell he gets a little bit more AoE, there's a little bit more damage, but we managed to take him out pretty easily and get the rewards.
this is
Why? That was painful. Ah. That was painful. And there we have it, my first death. But it just came from me being stupid and not actually getting overrun by anything, which is surprising. But it's also not going to be my last death. Ooh. Does this work? No. Despite getting killed and not being able to use the Gen Cutter's Prism, I had determination to keep going and slam my way through the hordes. Afterwards I met the King of the Mists. He's a pretty cool boss. He's got a couple of curses that he puts upon you. One where you've got to stop moving or else you get stunned, or you've got to keep moving or you get stunned. He does a bunch of AoE and he had 2 phases. I don't think he summons people. He did not summon more people. But he did heal to full and did more of what he did before. Keep moving. It's purple. And red is to not move. Right. Seeing as I now knew what his curses did, made sure not to get stunned by them again. Oh no. Oh my god, I got imprisoned anyway. Oh. If I died there at the end, I'd have been so mad. I found some pretty good boots early on and tried to upgrade them. Oh! Mana. Go on, live a little. That was terrible. That was oh, I should just kept this blue, whatever.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm gonna need cold res.
Feeling
Oh,
lucky?
don't worry, I continue to gamble throughout the entire run, and I have just as bad luck the whole time, so look forward to that. Anyway, I'm going to introduce you to something that I've been doing throughout the series, and I call it gem swapping. Halfway through the fight, I go to the gem menu, and whenever I've killed all the ads, I'll put poison on if it's single target. Not the hardest thing to do, but add a layer of complexity mid-fight. I'll block him off. No, no. I'll try to go. Grab Una's loot, or Una's loot, so we can get some tunes on at the gaff.
Don't do this. Stop. Just wait. Surely we can.
Grab that guy.
Great will take you, bastard.
This is personal.
And here we find the Executioner, that we have to escape from in the opening cutscene where we chose our character. He's a big, powerful boss who has a huge AoE attack and summons loads of ads, which are typically a huge obstacle for me. We chip away at the brute for what felt like an age, but I think it's fair to say the Executioner would always be close to the count, who is the target. I mean, at the end could be in sight soon. And I think now's a good time to talk about my goals for Act 1. My first goal is to get any little gear upgrades I can find, as good equipment is the only real upgrades I'll be able to consistently get, seeing as I can't upgrade my gems. The second goal ties in a little bit with the first goal, but it's to get my cold resistance as high as possible before the end of Act 1, as the Act 1 boss uses cold damage and he is tough. My third goal is to get through Act 1 with as little deaths as possible. I've only got one so far, but it's going to be a tough challenge anyway, and I like to keep my pride intact as much as possible. I finished me, can't I?
That one was for me.
So we killed the Executioner, saved the girl, and then got executed ourselves. At least keeping the death slow was just a goal and not a rule. Alright, if we want to beat Juno, I need a better weapon. Yeah, go on. Yeah, go on. Whatever. Well, this is going to have to be the one that gets me through to Act 2. I'm not taking this lightly either, because he will absolutely f me if he gets a chance. The area leading up to Giannar was unforgiving, and the mini-boss before him, Candlemass, was no joke either, especially if you don't have much fire resist. Luckily for me, I had fire resist, and I knew how to dodge his attack, so it's quite easy for me to kill him. As always, the main problem is that the fights would just take so long, meaning that very often I'd be down to my last few health potions, as prolonged fights would typically lead to more mistakes. We get his essence, which gives us 20 extra max life, which early on is okay, but later on means absolutely nothing. There's a big f***er. Oh, we're here.
Don't stop. The beast hungers.
Oh, that's nasty.
Poor guy. Right. This is going to be the big roadblock to see if this run continues, basically. This probably will be the hardest fight in the game. Yeah, I really have no idea if we're able to do this. I don't think I'm... Yeah, well, we'll see. Here's my equipment at the moment. I would recommend pausing here if you want to read them, as it's a bit of a mess. Here's my spell. Probably don't need to pause for this one, though. Right, let's see if I can do this. First time.
This interloper has the power we need. Kill him, and you shall have everything I promised.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself.
You could bloody well try.
Alright, here we go.
Easy prey. You'll pay with your life.
Okay.
First
Haven't been
one's
hit yet.
fire.
Worked very well.
Dawn's frost. Run, little rabbit.
It is annoying that I don't have any moves I can really use to just take advantage. Wait, what? Oh. Any moves I can use to just really take advantage of his slow, some of his attacks and take a little longer to cast. Oh dear. I've actually never done that before. Am I dead? Oh, nearly. Count Jin can be very tricky. I'm pretty sure I died to him a couple of times with my first character. I've even hopped on to help two other players that were crying in global chat about him. And his attacks, whilst readable, will punish you heavily for mistakes. And as I said in the past, all my fights are long, so I can't use any skills to increase my damage. This means I can play well, but still get hit a few times, and I'm completely out of heals, because sometimes fights just take 10 minutes and I can't deal with ads. Either way, I was determined to beat Jin on my first try, despite this difficult challenge that literally no one asked me to do. For a couple early mistakes, eating through a couple healing flasks though, it wasn't looking good against basic Only's first big adversary.
So much more from you. This was too quick to do the job. I'll find someone to help. Goodbye.
You can't give it before. How dare you? Of the all I've given you.
Right, phase 2.
Chilling frost. Solstice of pain.
As you can see, his moveset changed dramatically, and he healed to full HP.
The air grows
This bit.
colder. And now the room.
What the? It was invisible.
Paler. As swift as death. And imbued by the moon. Cursed or gifted. Branded and afflicted. Your veins soon chilled. Agna shall slay again. Solstice of
Okay.
pain.
It is quite annoying having to swap gems halfway through the fight. I nearly died there, I think.
And I am ravenous.
Such a cool boss design, but he's such a pain in the pain in the ass.
Freezing gale.
Things were looking good. At high HP, most of my flasks left, and I was doing a bit of damage to him. But I still have to stay careful because he could kill me any second.
Take out your hearts and savor each bite. Freezing gale. Your pulse quickens. The eternal endure. Until at last
And then I started to get a bit sloppy.
our Casimir endured. Soon all were devoured. In unending war,
Oh my god, no.
death waited at the door. Then hour by hour, men fell as summer soured.
I was in the home stretch, I just had to keep my composure and confidence.
Desolation. I smell your blood, and I unravel it.
Okay, close.
Freezing gale. I will take out your heart and savor each bite. Desolation.
Come on, please, it's the first time then. No, go on. Oh. I think one more frog and I could have lost there, honestly. I didn't do too hard the last time, but there he is.
Allow me to clear your mind.
Whatever his name is, gone. GNR, first time, only using the basic attack.
Madness. It consumed my being. Oriana used it against me.
Where has she taken the beast?
I found messages from the desert.
From Vastiri?
Yes. Find her. Kill her. But first, please, stop the madness.
As you wish. We must make haste. Let us return.
Naturally, I didn't get any elite from the hardest boss that I fought so far, but oh well. At least I did it. That's Act 1 completed, and now I'll move on to the second one. Thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate you. Make sure to join me in Act 2, where base currently gets hit with 2 bosses that seem impossible to beat. Cheers guys.